Welcome back. We have spoken about music, we have spoken about fashion, and now we're going to talk about lifestyle. Again, we have, and I know you can't see behind the scenes, but we have David, our producer, or should I call him our director here, and he keeps on saying that our off-air conversations are much more interesting than on-air. And we're like, okay, we need to relax. And we just take a big breath. We're just going to gist now and then gist.
Just gist.
And air our different covers. So we're forgetting that David is here and the camera and lights. Even this one right in my face, we'll forget that it's here. So we're going to talk about lifestyle. And for me, I feel like sometimes, and I don't think this is peculiar to me though, I feel like sometimes that we're just on this, you mentioned rat race earlier, we're just on this, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, and just this. Where's the balance? It's just recently that I'm beginning to be intentional about having that balance. I'm like, look, okay, I run a business, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, maybe not in that order, but you know what I mean. But I'm like, where's Yomi in all of this? Where is Yomi enjoying herself? Where is Yomi living life? Even if Yomi is just flopping in front of the TV and munching popcorn and watching, TV, Netflix and what have you. Where is that balance? I normally do Hallelujah Challenge, right? We were talking about it earlier.
Same here.
And there was Hallelujah Challenge one night, and then we had Morning Glory the next. And my husband was like, and you're going for that too? Reading the Bible and just doing all the things you need to do to create that balance. You don't want one to upstate the other. But then something occurred to me that it shouldn't be stringent. It shouldn't be locked in a box. You know what they say? The Bible says pray every day. I don't have to say because my prayer time is X time in the morning. If I miss that one, doesn't mean I can't pray later in the day. No, I'm actually meant to pray. All through the day, and then if I miss my Bible study time, doesn't mean I can't do it another time. So if I'm up till wee hours of the morning, excuse me, you can sleep in. That's just one angle. So there's the prayer angle, there's the fun living, working. How and any can one balance this out?
So basically, I would say, a word that is very strong in my own outlook to life is intentionality.
Okay.
You have to be purposeful. You have to sit back from time to time, sit back and ask yourself, okay, if I'm looking into my life, am I living life, first of all? And am I paying attention to the most important things or people in my life, right? So, in a broad sense, okay, we're supposed to be relaxed.
Yes, we are relaxed.
So, lifestyle. I think one's lifestyle should be easy. It should be simple.
I like that.
It should be stress-free.
I can work with that.
Some of us are too serious with ourselves.
That's right.
I don't even understand sometimes the negative energy some people sometimes we nurture negative energy around us. Relax. People will offend you. You know what? Let it go. You're not perfect yourself.
Absolutely.
Just look to a brighter day, happier moments, laugh always, dance when you can, and all that. And you see, when you take the positive side of life and you're intentional about it, it's imprinted into everything else you do. So you go into the workplace, you're not uptight. You're making it a place of fun. You're having fun. You're laughing. You're playing. You breeze around. So you don't even realize you're working that much. Right. You come back home, the same spirit. Look, I want you guys to feel happy. So in my own situation, my husband is an early bird. Me, I'm worse than the owl. I can stay up all night and it won't touch me, right? So what I do is, once I get home, focus is on family. Anything that has to do with making sure they are okay, happy, and all that. I mean, when the kids were around, them as well, I do. And once everybody is tucked in nicely in bed, then I can give expression to my night owlish. And those moments, guess what? For me, they are redemptive moments. They are moments I use to refresh. You know, there are moments I use to come back into myself, to evaluate, you know, okay, this that I've done, you know, how else can I do it? And a lot of times, even my work, a lot of my reports, I generate them faster, easier, between midnight and 2 a.m. You know,
True,
that's just
true,
who I am,
true.
right? And then for me also, I don't know if it will work for anybody else, shower time. Oh, very good period. Oh, just think about
I'm
your
up
day.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just think about your day, you know. And I picked this habit from my father. My father always sang in the bathroom.
I get inspiration. As
Yes.
well. Yeah.
And so, you know, when you start with that, you know, that positive outlook towards a day, somehow you want to walk in that positive attitude. But most of it, I'll say, you know what, have fun. Look at, you know, being fun yourself for other people to relate with. Have fun with life.
Yes.
And leave everybody happy. You know, there's no need for the stress. Some people are too serious. So everything, they're too serious. You know, how you, well, I'm not, my mom is one of those serious people. Growing up, there's a way you sit in public. There's a way you laugh in public. This
no.
laughter, no, you can't.
Oh.
Oh no, there's a
Oh.
way you laugh in public. She'll tell you the Queen of England never crossed her she doesn't cross her leg. She tucks her legs in. A lady must always
all ladies,
tuck.
they
Yeah.
all tucked, we all tucked in.
You must, and then you must always have one finger. You know, you sit like a lady.
We're trying.
Yeah,
Actually,
I beg, let us relax. You know what? I'm not saying be indisciplined, but just relax.
Yeah.
Enjoy who you are. But then I'm not saying don't be disciplined about life. You know, have your goals, be focused. You know, also be intentional about helping your family
Yeah.
achieve their own goals, because there's fulfillment
Yeah,
that comes from that.
absolutely.
For me, the family is your prime focus, you know, because I always say that's the only place you have to run back to when everything else fails.
Yeah.
So you have to prioritize the people closest to you. God is with you all the time. So I'm not one of those who believes in, oh, there's a set time. My son's fellowship leader said to him, you must pray in the first 15 minutes you wake up. So he calls me this day and he says, Mom, I'm not
missed it.
able to make it. And every time I am just frustrated trying to catch up. And I said, Downsy, you know what? It doesn't. If you wake up in the morning and you're drudgy and you know what? Relax. Find yourself, because God wants you to be articulate
Absolutely.
about your communication with Him.
Absolutely.
You know, so just relax. Maybe it's on your way to school, you know, when you're going for classes. Maybe it's when you're doing your training.
Or in the shower.
Maybe your shower time. And I said, you know what? It doesn't have to be our Father in heaven. It can just be a simple conversation.
It's always conversations.
Yes, you know. So our lifestyle is largely driven by, you know, how we see ourselves, what we want out of life. But I'm a big believer of your footprint, your legacy. What is it that you want people to remember you by? Is it, you know, if you always put that at the back of your mind, I think it will help with a balanced lifestyle in terms of relationships, in terms of how you ease in from work to family life, to your spiritual life. If I think there's a, you know, focus on God too helps you bring the balance on all three. So lifestyle is, you know, basically our lifestyle is driven by what we want out of life as well.
So basically, you're saying that you want more, you get more.
Yeah, you want more, you get more, not by there's a caveat there. You know, some people think getting more is about having like 10 goals. You know, I must do 10. For instance, this social media craze. You know, some people think
You're showing your age.
No. Oh no, I'm very active. My Instagram page is very active, right? It's very active. But I'm talking about situations where some people feel if I don't post today, I'm dropping my influence, and stuff like that. No, I don't think we need to put ourselves, under that kind of pressure.
No, definitely.
Right?
not, yeah.
We should do what we believe would leave a good legacy in the lives of everyone around us, whether at work, at home, in society, in church. That's what life is all about. That's why we're ambassadors, right?
True.
That's
True.
why we're disciples,
True.
True.
I think one thing, because I picked on when you said intentionality, there is also that openness about new. So the curiosity that you bring into each moment also expands, your horizon. So if you travel, if you like to travel, for instance, what new place haven't you been to? There's something that it opens you up to that just expands, the horizon of things, and you are able to enjoy the newness of the new. And then of course it's also bringing new knowledge, new understanding, new experience. You said you've listened to some new things, but going about life with almost a curiosity that I must find something that adds to what I have.
Absolutely.
And then so you might drop some things because this thing is bad, I didn't realize I'm dropping it, and then this thing is lovely, I'm going to pick it up. So you have that curious type lifestyle that just continues to expand you and expand you and expand you and expand you.
I like what you added to that.
Yes,
So
yes.
be intentional about even creating new experiences and learning new things.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's not that curiosity is killing any cat now. It's
No.
just that curiosity adds to you, improves you,
Yeah.
Yes.
and gives you that balance you're looking for. Like she said, you drop some, you pick up some. That's how life is.
Yeah.
You lose some, you win,
You win
some.
some.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. We'll be right back. Thank you.